Because at this time, we have to invite to the podium to speak to us no other than Comrade Senator Damion Crawford. Comrades, put your hands together and then welcome our guest speaker for the afternoon, Comrade Damion Crawford.
Minimum wage, time the Jamaicans start elevate. Farmers get the support they need out there. Teacher deserve a leader that cares. Revamp the thing for the students and fresh.
Respect. Love. Love and honor. Comrades, as was indicated to you, a lot of people don't know that between May and September, we have over 300 conferences because every single division, every single constituency, every single region must have a conference. So people like me will have, like today, 2 or 3 for the day. So I come here tonight first, but I asked to speak a little bit early so we don't violate who is waiting on second. And we ask that because next year you might be second. And we'll ask whoever is first not to violate who is second. So I thank you for the opportunity to maintain my promise to Clarendon and to Manchester. However, I ask that you remain for the message of the 2 most important speakers tonight, the councillor and the soon-to-be member of Parliament. And I want to first acknowledge Comrade Lynn. And I said to you, Comrade Lynn, my respect is high for people who are willing to take on the battle when the predictions are against us. It is easy for those in the strong PNP areas to say me a PNP, where you find the real comrades are the ones that, despite the outcomes over and over, remain committed like the Christian division. What confidence you must have to believe every year after 30 years that this year is the year. When you go down to jungle, it's easy to be PNP, everybody a PNP. When you go down to Porsche, easy to be PNP, everybody a PNP. But when you stand in a place that even when we win, you lose, and remain committed, that is the caliber that heroes are made of. And when a candidate take on the battle with the hope to win against all odds, that person has shown love for the People's National Party and commitment. And that's why I rate Comrade Lynn, and that's why I rate one of my brethren in the People's National Party. I want to tell you something about the person likely to be your next member of parliament. Them man, they no kill champion. Them build champion. The first time that I was allowed to speak at a conference, Comrade Wint was the one that booked me for that conference. So sometime when you see all the new friends, cause when you bust, everybody didn't know him. But before you bust, never forget those who thought that you were worth it. And when he invited me to be the guest speaker, I'm so frightened that we wear a full jacket suit. And now, we had the 3 a day, 4 a day. Because someone felt, let me expose this talent. So when I get the booking for tonight, I say, me not forget those who were there when friends were few and enemies were plenty. And one of my best friends in the PNP is Crawford, the mother. Never ever leave me nor forsake me. And them call me a puss because I've died many times and come back. 9 lives. 9 lives. And Comrade Evans was at every single night. Was at every single funeral and was at every single christening because we were reborn like the phoenix. Somebody have there tonight. No matter what else I keep, because my people are here. And when I heard that Christiana win, me never counted.
What a hard man for dinner.
When I hear that Christiana was in the column of the People's National Party in an election that they said would be close, context is important. If Christiana win in an election where them say PNP landslide, you could have believed it is the landslide. But when Christiana win in an election that is closed, it shows that the organization is strong, the people are prepared, and the comrades are ready.
Right now, we got Peter Phillips, Farwell, Michael, Wickham, Julian.
And that system don't business about you, nor me, nor the life of our kids. There is a system of Babylon that when they say, what is the difference between the PNP and the JLP? The difference is simple and single. The JLP fight for the system and the PNP fight against the system, the Babylon system. You see, the system is a set of variables that work together to make if the grandfather rich, the grandpig rich, and if the grandmother poor, the grandpig the poor. It is a set of things that combine to maintain what is. It is called the status quo. So what the JLP fight for is to maintain what is. That if you're poor, you should never be rich. And if you're rich, you should never be poor. So when a man says, what is the difference? Understand that the difference is that the JLP fight to maintain what is. And the PNP fight to change what is. So if you're satisfied with your life now, then maybe the JLP is the party for you. If you're satisfied with your community now, if you're satisfied with the garbage collection now, if you're satisfied with the schools now, if you're satisfied with the health care now, if you're satisfied with the transportation system through taxi and bus now, if you're satisfied with the road network now, if you're satisfied with the health care for your grandparents, then maybe the JLP is the party for you. But if you think that something has to change, if you think that the world is not level, then the PNP has always been the party for change. I want to tell you that universal adult suffrage that allowed every single Jamaican to vote, regardless of if you're rich or you're poor, was changed. Maternity leave that allowed a woman now to burn her belly to hide that she was pregnant so that she would not be relieved of her job was changed. The National Housing Trust, that is the source of a loan for so many Jamaicans to own a home, was changed. There was a time that we did not know what a car feel like, and we could not tell who is coming by the sound of the engine. So few people had a vehicle that when you hear vroom, you say, Master John is coming. Motor vehicle liberalization was changed. But bigger than that, I remember in my lifetime that when you took the common entrance, so few of us went to high school that our names came in the newspaper, and the rest went to secondary school, and secondary school never did CXC. They did SSC, and no university accept SSC. From the age of 12, 70% of Jamaicans were gone and doomed to an education that meant university was not possible. And I hear people say the PNP have done nothing for them. But the PNP fight for change.
Amen.
Now when I really talk with music, come me get carried away. I may get carried away at different times. When you fight for change, understand in the fight you know must win every round. There will be rounds in the fight for change that you don't win. Because if you fight the system must fight you. So sometimes when a man say, boy, Mr. say them a give you a fight, I am not surprised because I commit my life to fighting the system. So if I fight the system, I must expect that the system will fight me back. But I recognize that, like my mother tell me, That's the system. I'm going to take a few moments to explain, Comrade Evans, the system. The system starts from what they allow us to afford to eat. There's so much of us that cannot eat for nutrients. So we eat for a belly full. And that is why we love curry chicken and brown stew chicken, dumpling and butter. No dumpling and butter have no nutrients, but it makes you feel like a belly full. I start to watch the news and read the books. It says that the right consumption of food should have 50% vegetable, 25% carbohydrates, that's rice or flour, and 25% protein, that is meat. We grew up with 90% rice and 10% meat. And you don't see vegetable unless it's Sunday or Christmas. When you buy a box food, it has 90% rice, 1% meat, 8% gravy. That is why we love mackerel, but we don't love sardine. Because sardine have no gravy. So to stretch the protein, we design a menu centered on gravy. So mackerel can stretch because of gravy. But when you consume this gravy, when you consume this high protein, this high carbohydrates, when you don't get the roughage of your vegetables, by the time you're 40, you have diabetes. You have high blood pressure. How much people you know lose them eyesight, lose them foot because of diabetes? And how does that affect a man's earning potential? That is the system. But that system make by time you're 40, Comrade Wind, you buy medicine instead of book. And so your child don't get the opportunity he or she deserves. And so your picnic come work for who you work for. That is the system. The system is where healthcare is reserved for the wealthy. And so when you have a sickness, you have to wait until it becomes untreatable before they look at you. That there are people in need of a surgery that have to wait 3 months, 7 months, 2 years, because they can't pay a private doctor. And so they lose all the income while they wait on treatment. That is the system. It has now evolved to the point that the system is fighting the people, and the people refuse to fight back. The people have become enemies of themselves, so much so that when the system kick them, they laugh. Because we are buying so much bleaching cream and drinking so much rum. Imagine if you could fight a person who is fighting themselves. That is the best war to fight because you cannot lose. You have some young men who are here today who get up from morning till night and drink rum and boom. They drink a special and the man who make it not drinking it. And he don't realize that if 10,000 young black poor men spend $1,000 a day per rum, then some rich man makes 10 million a day from them. And we have 100,000, 200,000, possibly 500,000, making somebody make 500 million a day from rum consumption, alcohol consumption. And what that do is that by age 35, they need dialysis. They must pay to PP. How can a man that is broke put himself in a position to pay for something that should be free? But nobody talk about it. Nobody put out an advertisement to say drink less. Nobody intervened to say this is not the right thing to do. Some politicians don't even want to talk about it. They too want to give you rum. Practicing bathroom politics. Bathroom politics is what anything you get, you lose it when you PP or you defecate. And the people say, yes, that is what I want. No run down bun and cheese as you go bathroom, put bun and cheese gone. Run down white rum. You run down food package. Sometimes when enough invite me, I mash up the whole thing. I have never given a food package. Why should I decide what you eat? Only a pet should take anything that the master give him. Politicians are putting a package together and say you're going to have corned beef today and rice tomorrow. They don't give you a voucher to buy what you want. They decide. Like you're a dog. Because my dog needs rice when I give rice. My dog needs beef when I give beef. And my dog needs bone when I give him bone. Come on. He has no choice. Yes, sir. But the people have become enemies of themselves. That they will hate you for education and love you for a food package. Take the money and buy here when they have here. Come on, teacher. And our young men now want to say that they want to be the Don, and they want to be the chopper, and they want to be the scammer, as if they don't remember what our grandmother told us. My grandmother told me that the heights of great men they knew some would reach but not keep. The People's National Party cannot be a group of reachers. It must be a group of reachers and keepers. They knew that some would reach, but not keep. The young men who are here tonight, don't us reach. It is that system that telling our beautiful young girls that their only ability is their sexual ability. So they spend money on them bottom and the breast and spend none on them brain. And when they come out looking sexy, they may reach. They would not keep.
Come on, teacher. Come on, teacher.
The People's National Party must be committed to our people reaching and keeping and the heights of greatness reached and kept were not attained.
But they were their companions.
They were toiling. They were working. They were suffering for their children's children. So when I hear PNP people, I say power and now I say knowledge. When knowledge is power. How can you say power but not say knowledge? They start to tell you that Anansi was a trickster. But when you listen to Anansi's story, Anansi never ever yet tricked Brother Ants, nor Brother Mosquito. He never tricked Brother Bees. Everything that Anansi used his brain on was to defeat the person who was bigger and badder than him. It was the intent of our forefathers to tell us that the brain is more important than the muscle. That's why he beat Brother Dog and Brother Tiger. That's why Takuma was a pig and Bo's the snake. But all of a sudden, we don't only want to be dunce, but fully dunce. They want to be at the back of the class, becoming slaves of themselves. Because if it's one thing I am committed to, is to go after everything that the slave owner never want to give me. So the slave owner never want me to be educated, so I want it. He never want me to take care of the picnic, so I want it. We have picnic. We learn to walk when them are 9 months, and learn to talk when them are 9 months, and dance when them are 19. Oh, you can learn when you are 9 months, but cannot learn when you are 19. It is the system, and any PNP that is not in them local circumstance fighting the system is confused of what is the role of the People's National Party. That is why we don't like who when you go PNP meeting and don't go PTA meeting. How you feel love your party and you love your people. I don't know if you invite me, we mash it up. Some of them now bother voting. The system has tricked our children to not understand that those who do more work in school do less work after school and get more pay. And those who do less work in school do more work after school and get less pay. If you think it's a lie, look on a construction site. The man mixing the cement get $4 grand, and the man buying making our children mix. The People's National Party must be committed to telling our young people that it is better to engage and to suffer and to invest for 5 years and enjoy 50 than to enjoy 5 years.
Come on. Yo.
Check. You definitely don't want the message I know. The people who want you to clean them toilet, who want you to beat them dog, they don't want your children to realize that it is better to suffer 5 and enjoy 50 than to enjoy 5 and suffer 50. So the children at Christiana, they are enjoying from 12 to 17 and then suffer from 17 to 17. And PNP people are not demanding of their children, not demanding of themselves, not demanding of their schools, not demanding of their government, not demanding of their party a fix for the education system. You have picnic in 8th grade reading at basic school level. You have children in 11th grade passing 0 subjects. You have schools in this country that have a 1% chance of 5 subjects. That means out of every 100 picnic, only 1. And it's 200 picnic in every year group. So that means that out of every year group, only 2 will get the basic requirements. It gone so bad that the police force stopped asking maths and said they will take accounting when mathematics is not the subject of counting. It is the subject of logics. No, big up account that. We are in a place where children are injuring and in some cases killing children, and the intervention from the government is nothing. The homes have deteriorated, where Jamaica have a 47% single parent experience. The world average is 17. No fathers are available. And instead of the mothers requesting laws and policies, they celebrate themselves on Father's Day to say they are the father too. They are enemies of themselves. When a child have 1 less parent, they lose the support of 30 adults. Because the father, sister, the father, brother, the father, mother, the father, friends are not available to the child. So while you may think you can be the father too, your network is 1 network. And the child should have 2. They don't want to tell about these things. They want company mic and say, dual citizen, British link up. But the serious bread and butter, because I told them we need 1 meal per child in school. They said no, we can't afford it. But when you get old, they give you 3 meals per person in prison. out afford 3 meals per adult. That is the system. And the PNP must demand a change. If the people should bless us with victory in the next election, there must be a concerted effort to fight the system. So when I see this school still up on shift, I don't realize that that is the system. You're sending home your girls at 12 to go home without adult supervision, when those remaining in the communities are normally those of ill repute, seeking to seek sex. I don't just go on like I just, oh, it have shift system. Our boys are going home to be educated by gangs. By the time you reach home, he's already convinced. I don't know, demonstrate now. I have seen so many demonstrations for roads. I've never seen a demonstration for school. How is it that you feel that a bad road have more negative to you than a bad school? And you demonstrate for road and hug up school? That's why when I said 1 degree per household, then demonstrate say picnic can't vote and education can't have. When I said take a boat and start a business, become an entrepreneur. Listen to me. The man who drives a next man taxi, he gets 1 day out of 6. But if he owns his own taxi, he gets 6 days. But they try to tell the poor black people that it is those who rich own something, when the truth is those who own something rich. I don't think they understand the difference coming with. They believe that those who rich own land, but I'm telling them it's those who own land rich. So if you don't demand to own, you can never be rich. So teach your people to own. They don't want that. They want you to be a consumer, so that every Christmas you wonder what you're going to buy, and they wonder what they're going to sell, and every January you say a tambourine season, and them say a cherry season. They want a society of consumers in Christianity who only buy but never sell. Oh, you have a rich if the only time you get money is change. You give them 5 grand and get back 5 bills. The only time you get money is change. I am here tonight to endorse 2 candidates that I know are fighters of the system. Me no go everywhere. And every part knock. Some of them dancers are ready. Me no talk for everybody. But I am building a cadre of warriors for the people. rule. The system want you to say, my plywood no come, so me done, or my zinc no come, so me done, or my feed no come. There can be no defeat of the system unless we combine and fight the system. What the people request of politics will demand the fighters to sell their weapons. They can't afford to mine everybody. They can't afford to satisfy every individual. But if you give these two men power, they will combine with the rest of us to change the system that keeps